Hello boys and girls, welcome to this presentation. In this presentation we're going to talk about Venn's diagram and how do we use it to find the HCF and LCM of numbers. Now in this question, he wants us to write the following as a product of prime factors or of its prime factors. So this is the first step we do. We take the 120, he wants 120 and 72. Let's start with 120. We take 120 like this. We write it here, and then we make a line like this. Yes, here. First, make it long like this, yes. We make another line, so we don't mix things up. We put it here. Good. And this line will be for 72 here. We put it here. Yes. And here, 72, we put it here. No problem. And we have 120. First, let's work on the 120. Now, he wants the prime factors. Prime factors. Now, the prime numbers start with number what? Very good. They start with 2. So this is the first prime number that we're going to work with. So we take the 120 and divide it on 2. It will equals, very good, 60. And then divide it on 2 again, equals 30. Divide it on 2 again, equals 15. Divide it on what? Can we divide it on 2? No, we can't. So we have to change. We're going to use the 3. After dividing on 3, we'll get 5. And then the 5, we divide it on 5 to get 1. After you get the 1 here, you can stop. So, in this technique or these steps, you stop after you get the 1. And the numbers on this side, here, we call them prime factors. Prime factors. So, the answer is like this. You take the prime factors, you write them next to each other. 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, like this, and then times 5. Now, if you have numbers like these, you can write them as a single power. They're going to be 2 power of 3, because they're 3. And then multiplied by 3, multiplied by 5. So like this, we wrote 120 as a product of its prime factors. And this is how you answer this question. Now let's take a look at 72 in question B. We're going to do the same idea. First, we're going to divide it on 2. 72 divided 2 equals, very good, 36. And then divide it on 2 again, equals, good job, 18. And then 18 divided 2 equals, very good, 9. Now, can we divide 9 on 2? No, we can't. So we move on to the next prime number, which is 3. Very good. So 9 divided 3 equals, good job, 3. And then 3 divided 3 equals, very good, 1. When we reach the 1, we stop. This is very important. You don't stop until you reach the 1. After reaching the 1, the ones on this side are the prime factors. Very good. We write them next to each other as a product. So 72 is a product of 2 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3. Very good. Now, when they are the same, we write them as one number with a product. So 2 power of 3 multiplied by 3 power of 2. Very good. And this is how you find or you write numbers as a product of their prime numbers or prime factors. This is the first step of answering the first question. We found the prime factors of each number and we wrote them as a product of their prime factors. Now, let's move on to the next step of the question. The next step, he wants you to use Venn diagram and the results of A and B to find the HCF here and the LCM here. Now, to find the HCF and LCM with Venn diagram is very easy. First, let's move these. First, we draw two circles here. We make one here and the other circle here. Like this, yes. Now, this circle here, we will put 120 and 72. Here we put 120, and here we put 72, for example. In the middle, we put the common factors, or the common prime factors between 120 and 72. Let's take them together and put them inside. How do we know them? We know them from this and this. If they are common, we take one of them and put it in the middle. Let's take a look. We have 1, 2 here, so we take one of them and put it in the middle. So we're gonna put 2, good. And then, what do we have? We have another 2 here, so we put the second 2 here. And then, we have a third 2, you see it? So we put 1 in the middle, very good. And then, we have the 3, so we put it in the middle. So the first step that we did, we took what's common between the two numbers and put them in the middle because it's common between them. And then what we left with 120, we put it here. And what we left with 72, we put it here. Now let's take a look at the ones we left with 120. Very good, we left the 5, so we put it here. And what we left with 72, very good, we left another 3, so we put it here. Now after finishing this, we call this Venn diagram. In this Venn diagram, we have the common factors and the non-common factors between 120 and 72. Now, finding the HCF and LCM using Venn diagram is very easy. The first step we did was finding the prime factors. Second step, putting them in the Venn diagram. Now, the rule says that the HCF between the numbers, you take the ones in the middle and multiply them by each other. So you take the one in the middle, multiply them by each other. So we have 3 2s and 1 3. Let's write them next to each other. So equals 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Very good. And the answer will be what? Very good. It's 6 times 4. So it's 24. So the HCF is 24. Good job. Now, the LCM, you take all the numbers and multiply them by each other in Venn diagram. Now, let's do it together. We have 3 2s, 2 3s, and a 5. Let's do it here. So the LCM equals 3 2s, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 3s times 1, 2, and the 5. times the 5 equals, so it's what? It's basically 8, good, multiplied by 9, multiplied by 5. So we're going to use the calculator to answer this. 8 times 9 times 5. Let's use the calculator and then come back. 8 times 9 times 5. So the answer is 360. Let's go back. As we said, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And then we have 3 times 3, which is 9. And then the 5. So 8 times 9 times 5 equals 360. Very good. And this is how you find the LCM. Now, the first step we did was finding the prime factors. We wrote the numbers as a product of its prime factors, and then we used Venn diagram to put the prime factors between 120 and 72 here. We put the ones in common in the middle and the other ones outside. When we multiply the ones in common, or the ones in the middle, we got the HCF. When you multiply all of them together, you get the LCM. And this is how you answer a question like this. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.